Matthew chapter 5. Verse 13. You are the salt of the earth. Hey, neighbor here. If you are praying with salt, you are very stupid. Because you are the salt. But if the salt loses its flavor, how shall it be seasoned? It is then good for nothing, but be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men. Do you see the way the church is being trampled? Because we have lost. Instead of us to be the salt of the earth, we start praying with salt. People start trampling on us. We are reversing it. In fact, it's already being reversed. Error will give way to truth. The doctrines of devils will give way to the doctrine of Christ in our age and our time. For this purpose were we born. For this purpose are we alive. I wrote in today's devotional, you must know why you are alive. You must know why you are breathing. What is breath on your nostril? There's a purpose attached to the breath. That's how the breath is still there. Satan cannot quench it. Verse 14. You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden. Go back to Matthew 16. Verse 18. And I said to you that you are Peter. On this rock of revelation. What is the rock? You are the Christ, the Son of the living God. Then on this rock, on the process of Christ being revealed to you, in another word, through the revelation of Jesus Christ, you become part of the church. God removing the veil, I have demonstrated it here. You remove the veil, then you see Christ. You become part of the church. He now said, I will build my word. Excuse me, my word. Now, we have already consulted Matthew chapter 5. So based on the light, remember the Bible says that it takes scriptures to understand scriptures. Are you understanding me? Spiritual things explain spiritual things. So when we have consulted the book of Matthew chapter 5, he said you are the salt of the earth. He said you are the light of the world. He said you are a city set on a hill. City, tell me city. I didn't hear you. Shake the sky with that word. So look at that. Let's read that way. He said, and on this rock I will build my city. You understand me? On the process of veil removal, you see Jesus. Wow, Jesus, you cannot relate with him practically. Bible become alive to you. Jesus become close, not afar off. You are not part of the church. You are not part of the city set on a hill that cannot be hidden. I will build my city because Cain built his city. City attack city. City destroy city. City demolish city. City eliminate city. I will build my city. So the city of God will bring down the city of Cain. And the city of Cain is ruled by Babylon. Are you understanding me? We are here. Whenever we see the city of Cain, we are to eliminate, we are to bring down, we are to demolish, we are to pull down with the instrumentality of sound doctrine. That's why the churches are closing. One of the accusations our detractors accused me was is it because other churches are closing and coming to your church, that's a crowd of the spirit is growing? I say you understand moves of God. I said, but the mistake you made that it wasn't churches that are closed. You don't close church. It was shops that are closed. The city of Cain has to close. Because in the city of Cain, they train you to operate like a winch. In the night, you a winch now. Excuse me. You a winch. They train you to pray at night, naked. They train you who is not married to wear wedding gown at night. Even if they are doing wedding, is it the night they do wedding? You wake up in the midnight 1 a.m. and wear wedding gown. Everyone's stopping my marriage. I buy, I lose, I buy. And you carry candle and begin to pray. And begin to pray with candle. You carry salt, you pray. In the city of Cain, they train you to become a charismatic winch. But in the city of God, you are trained to become a disciple of Jesus Christ. What else do not do in the city of Cain? Dedication. What do we have here in Kenya? One of those churches. Dedication. Dedicate your car, dedicate your goat, dedicate your chicken, dedicate your shoe, dedicate your week. Everything is dedication. Dedicate the devil, dedicate your enemy, dedicate. What's the meaning of Enoch? What did I tell you? Training, dedication, initiation, inauguration. What do you see in the synagogue of Satan? Training to operate like a winch and a charismatic winch. Dedication, dedicating this, dedicating clothes, dedicating shoe, dedicating your enemy. When somebody is eyeing your husband, you dedicate her. Dedicate. City of Cain. The next one, what's happening? Initiation. Holy Communion. Giving Holy Communion to everybody, to children in the womb, those who are born. Very soon they will give it to cats and goats and everything. It is initiation. Holy Communion in the city, Holy Communion service every day. Even what Jesus never did, Jesus gave to the 12. You are giving to everyone. You are operating under the church in Jerusalem that was turned into a city of Cain until Jesus came and snatched Paul. Let's stop the church in Jerusalem from becoming a city of Cain. That's why Paul was called into ministry, to stop the church in Jerusalem from becoming a spiritual city of Cain. Antioch was born to salvage Jerusalem from decline, from the church in Jerusalem from decline. So there's a lot of initiation going in churches through Holy Communion, through the drinking of olive oil. Even when they were using olive oil, nobody drank it. Moses did not drink it. For God's sake, Moses did not even drink the oil. The priest did not drink it. The oil was not put in the mouth. It was used to anoint vessels and anoint king and priest. Nobody drank it even when it was approved to be used. Why can't you ask yourself, if you want to remain in the Old Testament, then limit yourself to what Moses did? Why are you drinking the oil? Initiation. That's why when you leave the church, they will curse you, because you have been initiated. So you ought not to leave. That is a city of Cain. It's a place of initiation. Then they now inaugurate you to join the army of Satan. Jesus looked at it and he said, I will build my city, and this city I will build, the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. That brings us to Nimrod. The kingdom of Nimrod was built in Shinar. It has a city called Babel, the gates of the gods, because it's a spiritual battle. The devil saw it. Where is Jerusalem? I told you it is close to the very place where Adam and Eve, Jerusalem is the place where Adam and Eve spoke with God. Geographically, the Babel is not too far from Jerusalem. All these things are in the Middle East. The axis of Iraq, Iran, Israel, Lebanon, Syria. That is where all these things were happening. So the gates of the God was not too far from the very exit that Adam used to come out of the garden. When Adam came out of the garden, after a while, he died. Cain came up, Cain died, and the flood came. Then when Nimrod came up, Nimrod went to the very spot close to the gate of garden, the gate of the Garden of Eden, and he built Babel, the gates of the gods. So when Jesus stood in Jerusalem and said, the gates of hell shall not prevail, he was pointing at Babel. That Babel cannot prevail against my city, because that is the pattern of operation up to today. We are still dealing with Babel. Babel is a spirit of wickedness. Babel is Babylon. Our job is to eliminate Babylon from the lives of people, and God will eliminate it from the earth completely. Are you understanding me? So if you look at it, that is why Jesus looked at them and said, you are a city set on a hill. That of Cain was set in the valley. This one is set on a hill. Which hill? It's not physical hill. David said, I will lift up my eyes upon the hills. Where does my help come from? My help come from the Lord. It's not physical hill. Go to Psalm 15. Let me show you the hill. Psalm 15. Let me show you the hill upon which we are. David cut it many years ago. Look at the hill. Everyone read it. Who may abide in the tabernacle? Who may dwell in your holy hill? That is the place. That is where the city is put on. The holy hill of God is a place of holiness. It's a place of what? Holiness. And God is saying, Cain built his own in the place of iniquity. That is a valley. I'm building my own in the place of holiness. Holiness unto the Lord. So you now say you are a city set on a hill. You should be holy. Separate yourself from Babylon. Separate yourself from this world. You should be holy. Until you separate, you are not part of the city. Are you understanding me? I'm taking you somewhere. So that's why I wrote here, city of Cain. What did the Bible say in the book of Hebrews chapter 11? Go quickly. Hebrew 11. Let me show you something. The battle is between city and city. Hebrew 11. Today the city of Cain is manifesting as what? The synagogue of Satan. Do you hear what I just said? Today the city of Cain is manifesting as what? The synagogue of Satan. Hebrew chapter 12, sorry, not 11. Hebrew 12. Verse 18. For you have not come to the mountain that may be touched and are burned with fire, and to the blackness and darkness and tempest, and the sound of a trumpet and the voice of words, so that those who heard it beg that the word should not be spoken to them anymore, for they could not endure what was commanded. And if so much as a beast touches the mountain, it shall be stoned or shot with an arrow. And so terrifying was the sight that Moses said, I am exceedingly afraid and trembling. But you have come to Mount Zion and to the city of who? The living God. Not the city of Cain. That's why when you come here, you drop your lifestyle outside. When you come here, if you were stealing, you stop stealing. If you were drinking, you stop drinking. You were fornicating, you stop fornicating. Because if you bring your own life to the city, you are not in the city of the living God, you are in the city of Cain. So while we are seated in the city of God, not all of us are in the city of God. This person on this seat could be in the city of God. The next person in the city of Cain. It's all about the lifestyle. have come to Mount Zion and to the city of the living God, to the heavenly Jerusalem, to an innumerable company of who? Angels. Do you see what is in the city of the living God? So, in this city, we also have Enoch. You hear what I'm saying? We also have what? There's Enoch. There's an Enoch dimension in this city. Training in the ways of God. Training in the will of God. Training in righteousness. If you are not trained in righteousness, you cannot live right. So you can come as a liar, no problem, but you'll be trained to speak the truth. You can come as a fornicator, no problem. You'll be trained to live a chaste life. You can come as a thief, no problem. You'll be trained not to steal. You can come as a liar, no problem. Are you understanding me? So that's why in the city there's also training. That training is called discipleship. Making us disciples of Christ. Are you understanding what I'm saying? In the city of the living God also, there is dedication, but not your wig, not your shoe, not your car, your heart. You dedicate your heart to the Lord. Are you understanding me? So that he can change you, he can transform you, he can work on you, he can beautify you, he can stop the enemy from your life. You dedicate your heart, not your clothes, not your shoe, not your enemy, not your wig, not your car. That's why you have never seen me do any car dedication. And here we are buying cars. We don't need to dedicate cars to buy cars. We dedicate our heart and God gives up everything. Seek you first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. When you seek first the kingdom, it's a sign that you have dedicated your heart to the Lord. You don't dedicate perishable things, things that will perish at the end of this world. We dedicate our heart, and everything about our life becomes dedicated. Do you know why we dedicate children? Because children are not property. A child is not a car. A child is a person. As we dedicate that child to God, we open a portal over the child's life, so the child will dedicate his heart when the child grow up.